Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of the Daily Debate. And today we will be talking about the development of the tourism sector here in Egypt. And we're delighted to be joined here live at the studio by Mr. Alaa Khalifa, international tourism and marketing expert and e-tourism. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Our pleasure having you, sir. We'll just go to a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and talking about development of tourism sector here in Egypt. Sir, what would you like to tell us about the recent increase a remarkable increase actually in visitors numbers and revenue? How would you like to elaborate on some key elements regarding the tourism sector in Egypt and its development?
The tourism sector in Egypt have witnessed a substantial growth throughout the last few years. It had gone through a lot of setbacks, such as the COVID-19, such as the Russian plane in 2015. But then ever since it recovered, and it became totally recovered in 2023. And the first 2 quarters of 2023, the tourism sector have witnessed a growth hike. And this is because of how we advertised the touristic destination in a very sophisticated manner, how we actually engage with a lot of stakeholders from the industry. And this also brought us an opportunity, a greater opportunity of people coming back to explore our destination. People find that destination is welcoming, finding it a place very much to be explored. We have had also implemented some other strategies. People are for making people anticipating the outcome of the destination, such as the Grand Egyptian Museum, such as openings of new areas and touristic areas, such as also opening of new museums. We also have had very positive news about some of the archaeological finds. So all of these positive news are resonating into the outside world as a positive news from such a destination. How the destination is affordable to a lot of different people made the people think about it as the next future one. So we will start making the bookings since the end of 2022. 2023 there was not a single room empty in all the major 5 cities in Egypt. Thanks to the efforts of promoting the destination through the ministries and Ministry of Tourism, and thanks to the efforts of also the governments giving huge care to embracing tourism as an industry. It's the only industry that can bring hard currency together with some other major revenue stream to the Egyptian economy. I think we were, without the war in Gaza, we would have gone to a point where everything
booming.
It was actually in the right context, booming, as you said. We would have had a great season to everyone. However, we expect in 2024 that the influx of tourism is going to continue with all the world events that are happening. People are not canceling, rather than they're just delaying their trips. And when they delayed their trips, they're all thinking about second quarter of 2024. We expect a large number of tourist arrivals coming in. We expect a lot of positive news, such as the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum. We expect a lot of other interesting good news from the destinations, such as opening up Egypt for yacht tourism, opening up Egypt for a number of different activities in tourism, such as desert tourism, medical tourism, and a lot of different things. The government actually is giving the utmost care. I can see that from what's the Prime Minister decided today to put a number of
hotels.
Not only number of the hotels is something is very well needed, that we need to develop our hotel capacity. We have 210,000 rooms these days. We need to make them at least 490,000 rooms in order to have to reach
in
out
Cairo
to
or
capacity
outside Cairo?
everywhere in order to reach a capacity of receiving 30 million people into our destination, which is a target that we want to achieve by 2030, which is we almost have like 6 years to achieve this target. By that time, we would like to encourage investors to build new touristic facilities, accommodation, hotels, hotel apartments, many of these different areas in which to accommodate more and more tourists. But the other thing that I would like to tell you about is that we're opening up a number of pattern segments of tourism. Tourism is not only one pattern, we have different segments. And traditionally, we had like the cultural tourism, we had the beach tourism. Now we are taking care of MICE tourism, which is the meetings, incentives, and conferences. We're taking care of the yacht tourism, which is a very luxury type of tourism. We're giving the top facilities. We're making a one window of permissions, for all people coming to visit. We're making, we are easing up the visa restrictions. We are adding more countries to the online visa or visa upon arrival. We're making people who are living in the GCC area to obtain their visa upon arrival if they come, even if they are from a nationality that is not eligible to get the visa. So many of these different, I would say, actions were supposed to reach us to the point of increasing arrivals to our destinations. We were able also to give a number of facilities to investors to come and invest into our destinations by allowing foreign investors to open up in new areas, and we were adding new patterns such as to enhance religious tourism. For example, we were talking about the route of the Holy Family. We're talking about the route of also the family of Prophet Muhammad. So we have different products, whether it comes from a religious tourism and a product again for beach tourism, and various products for leisure and MICE and other products, and then on top of that, cultural tourism, where we are enhancing the capacity in cities that are very much known into this segment, Luxor and Aswan, and what's coming up this year and next coming year is that we are trying to revive what's putting a lot of different areas into the tourist map, such as old historic area of Old Cairo, Islamic Cairo. We're trying to put a city, for example, like Esna, for example. We're doing an integrated project in Esna that started 2 years ago. Now the project is putting Esna into the tourist map. So many of these.
There's a temple over there.
There is a temple, but now we're trying to bring in people.
It was already part of the cruises
the
Nile cruises.
The USAID made a project there, which is led by Taqueen. Amazing project, one of the top projects. I think it's a pilot project that can help different cities to be put on the map, on the right way on the map, creating the right touristic experience, creating, renovating and restoring various historical areas. So they have chosen the city of Esna to be that pilot project. Amazing. The outcome of the project was amazing. It is standing as a great opportunity for tourists to see what the future of Egyptian touristic towns is going to be. Thanks for the USAID for this, and for Taqueen for creating this integrated community and creating a very, very vibrant touristic experience at the Visit Esna project. Amazing project.
Right, so now Esna is a place to be visited by tourists as a separate...
it is one of the areas that used to be visited as a separate area, and because of the ships used to cross the lock regularly and used to wait for their time to cross the lock, and then they would sometimes, it was always included, but there was somehow back in the, beginning of the 90s and into the beginning of the maybe 2004, 2005, there used to be a lot of hassle that the tourists used to receive throughout the bazaars and local markets in Esna. So a lot of travel agencies, decided, and a lot of night cruises decided to boycott Esna because of this. So gradually the city started to fade away, and people started to, you know, suffer from the fact that there are no more tourists are coming to the city. So there was an imperative need to put the city back into the tourist map. And not only this, it's the only city actually in Upper Egypt that has buildings that are 1,000 years old.
Really?
Like, yes, they have
So in addition
homes
to
and
the
houses
great
that are
temple,
400 or 500 years old. They have Wakalat al-Gaddawi over there, which is an amazing wakala, and had to be restored. There is the temple itself had to be restored. The colors, there is the souk, the bazaars, everything has to be put in track. They had to create a new experience. So the USAID came in and put out a small segment of a beautiful project, actually, as part of one of the projects of helping out into the, you know, Egyptian community, and the Ministry of, with the collaboration with the Ministry of Archaeology, they were able to fund a project. It's called Visit Esna Project, which is a complete reviving of the city of Esna as a tourist hub again, to be put in the tourist map, to be included again.
Great, but how far is this being
still on,
marketed?
Still on, and we are at this stage. We are marketing the whole project.
You started marketing the project.
At this stage, we are marketing the project, but the work has been going on for the last 2 years.
It's not being inaugurated yet.
It is inaugurated, but the thing is that the right marketing buzz is going to be coming for the next component of the project. The company is taking care of the project is an amazing Egyptian company. It's actually have done a great job of making the Esna back on the tourist track again, and also enhancing the life of the people of Esna by providing a tourism product to them that will attract and allure a lot of tourists to come back to their destination. Let me talk to you about another thing, is that what we're looking at as a destination in the Middle East that has a lot of competition from countries around us. Sometimes you think if there is a conflict or a war around us, that it affects us as a destination. That's true. It affects us as a destination, but on the other hand, by the time when these countries or these destinations become like to revive and recover one more time, that's the time when we are going to get more market share by doing the right marketing, destination marketing, by speaking to the different stakeholders around the world, by engaging, by getting a lot of joint marketing campaigns, by putting the right media buying or ads, advertising everywhere, promotion everywhere, in order to make sure that people are still flocking to our destinations, in order to make sure that we are selling the sun, especially during the winter time. This is a country that is enjoying certain elements, that these elements, if any tourist is with the right mind, thinking with the right experience, of course, I think it will have to be one of these destinations in the bucket for any tourist, and an eminent destination that the tourist has to visit and experience.
Definitely.
I think we're going there. We're doing our best. I have attended the World Travel Market just a couple of months back, and I have to tell you that I've witnessed the Minister of Tourism doing a press conference. And the guy was extremely smart. He actually addressed the international audience. He addressed the international press in such a vibrant, open language, and knew exactly how to address them, knew exactly how to describe the situation when he was asked about the cancellations and everything. A very smart answer. So I salute Ahmed Isa, His Excellency, the Minister of Tourism, for being able to handle the international press and pressure, especially in a big fair like the World Travel Market. I am very optimistic. I think we're doing there. We need to work hard on the touristic experience. We need to work hard on like spreading out the message, the marketing message, that we are the right destination to receive you. But on the other hand, we need to watch these programs in order to
definitely
see where we are.
Definitely. We're going to go to check out this report on development of tourism sector here in Egypt, and we'll be right back.
Egypt, with its rich historical legacy and diverse cultural attractions, has long been a magnet for tourists worldwide. In 2023, the country has witnessed remarkable achievements in the field of tourism, cementing its status as a top destination. These achievements can be attributed to a combination of strategic initiatives, infrastructure development, and a commitment to preserving and showcasing Egypt's unique heritage. To accommodate the growing influx of tourists, Egypt has invested in upgrading its tourism infrastructure. New airports, modernized transportation systems, and expanded accommodation options have made travel within the country more convenient and comfortable. These developments have not only improved the overall visitor experience, but have also positioned Egypt as a competitive player in the global tourism industry. Egypt's commitment to sustainable tourism is evident in its efforts to protect natural ecosystems, including coral reefs along the Red Sea. Initiatives focused on conservation, waste reduction, and responsible tourism practices align with the growing demand for eco-friendly travel options, attracting environmentally conscious visitors. Embracing the digital era, Egypt has implemented innovative technologies to enhance the tourism experience. Mobile apps provided real-time information about attractions, virtual tours, and online booking platforms have made it easier for tourists to plan and navigate their trips. These initiatives have not only streamlined the visitor experience, but have also showcased Egypt as a forward-thinking and tech-savvy destination. In 2023, Egypt has represented remarkable achievements in the field of tourism, solidifying its position as a premier destination for travelers worldwide. The country's commitment to preserving its historical treasures, promoting cultural events, embracing sustainable tourism practices, and investing in modern infrastructure has contributed to a thriving tourism sector. As Egypt continues to balance tradition and innovation, its allure as a captivating and enriching destination is set to achieve a promising, bright future for the nation's tourism industry.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still with my guest, Mr. Alaa Khalifa, international tourism and marketing expert. So you mentioned the ESNA project, which is a very, it's a very vital project, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're now all looking forward to visit ESNA.
Do you know that the video that were produced to document all the experiences that have been created in the Visit ESNA project have been awarded the best touristic video for sustainable tourism by the UNWTO last year, or this year actually.
Wow.
This year. Can you imagine?
This is great news, actually. Related also to this, how do you assess the Ministry of International Cooperation project with the United Nations to develop rural tourism here in Egypt?
See, it's very important to understand one major concept about tourism. If tourism is not helping out local economies, helping out local societies, then it is not important, it's not needed, it's not really effective, and it's not affecting the life of people. Means that in order to have a very useful major revenue stream to the local economies, it has to affect local economies. It has to be a sustainable type of tourism, that it's preserving environment, that it's benefiting local people, that it's enriching local economies. So when you implement a rural tourism patterns, and when you encourage them, when you encourage investing in that pattern, that means you're enhancing life of people, you are enhancing infrastructure into local villages, you're helping people to help themselves by creating new industries, by having them trained well, you know, in all major services that are connected to tourism. Tourism is connected to nearly 42 different industries. So when you are when you are bringing a tourist track or a tourist product into a specific destination, that means you're attracting all these different industries to help. And who's going to be working in these industries? Locals. And when the locals are engaged, that means less unemployment. That means more income. That means sustainable communities, sustainable life for them. Help them to help themselves.
Well, in this regard, how do you see the significance of creating a special platform linking rural tourism to our cultural heritage?
Well, whether it's on a platform is just a distribution channel. So if we create a platform, or we even included this kind of experiences into other international platforms, we're just spreading out the product into various channels in which to have this product, noticed, and then the subject to transaction. What we are doing is that when we putting any product, whether it's a beach product, whether it's a rural tourism, whether it's in some sort of a touch point. I call a mobile app as a touch point. I call a booking engine touch point. So when you put it in the right touch point, that it's well spread among travelers, well, you are able to offer multiple choices to different travelers. They will be able to engage, and once they are engaged, then they will make transaction. When transaction happens, that means more influx of travelers coming to a specific destination to explore, and that means more and more enhancing. Of course, we should not ignore the role of tour operators. We should not ignore the role of local travel agents. We should not ignore the role of tourist guides. All of these are very important rules in order to enhance the experience. It all starts with marketing, which I'm specialized in. So without my marketing, nothing is going to happen.
We need to talk more about marketing.
Okay.
So what would you like to tell us about marketing Egypt abroad?
There are different ways in the new marketing methodology nowadays. For example, if you are a tourism board, most of the tourism board are utilizing different technology. They're utilizing artificial intelligence, they're utilizing AR, utilizing VR, virtual reality and augmented reality. And it's nowadays tourism boards, for example, are using special kind of technologies in order that employ augmented reality in order to see touristic sites through an eye of how they once looked like in the past, or what's the information about this particular area. But just scan a code and everything comes to you, in your iPad or in your phone, or even on a very sophisticated glasses, that it can show you all the information you want to do. So creating of this immersive experience to travelers across ancient sites is an amazing experience that added up to the enjoyment of tourists. It's exactly like what the Egyptian Museum is doing right now, or the new museum is supposed to be opened within the next few months. It's like bringing a new immersive experience of the Tutankhamun exhibition, in which they are showing a lot of interactive experiences for travelers when they go in and see all these different projectors that are showing different things, and then things are moving on the walls, and they can use that kind of sensors in order to gather the right information. They can scan things. That's what's happening in areas nowadays of heritage sites. We do have a lot of areas in Egypt that are part of the World Heritage Sites. I think it's about time that Egyptian tourism utilizing artificial intelligence, facial recognitions, different augmented reality technologies, blockchain technology, in order to create a very much immersive experience, especially for travelers who are going into temples or going into tombs and all of that. Number of tourism boards around the world, and even in our area, they're doing this. The Saudi Tourism Board is doing this. UAE Tourism Board is doing this. We are going to add this, inshallah, in the future.
Right. You've just mentioned technology and the great advances we're seeing in witnessing in the field of using technologies in the field of tourism. We've seen this applied here in the new museums that were inaugurated lately in Egypt. We're going to be seeing it more in the Grand Egyptian Museum, of course, that we're all looking forward for this great inauguration. All the world is looking forward to this great event. What would you like to tell our viewers about the immersive experiences and that has been used lately in the field of tourism?
First, let me tell you something. Tourism is about an experience. If you like it, you'll do it again. If you don't like it, you'll never do it again. So when you create the right experiences, whether these experiences throughout the full length of stay for the travelers, you create some such memories for that traveler that want to repeat it again. So the more creative, immersive experiences that we are creating to our travelers, the more likely they're going to come back again. So a number of countries around the world started to create these immersive experiences by using a number of projectors. But we did that back in 1964 when we created the Sound and Light Show.
Yeah.
You know, by the Pyramid.
That was a great advance at the time.
That's a great experience. And then later on in the year 2000, we added laser to it. Yeah. And then nowadays, you know, they are even enhancing the show to add more and more projection to it. So projecting images, projecting videos on various 360 screens, making people live a virtual reality experience and be inside it, that's what we call an immersive experience. Mm-hmm. And that's what had been adopted by the New Egyptian Museum. And we are going to adapt this in various areas in our touristic sites, together with the augmented reality that I'm telling you about, using there are new technologies nowadays in the world that are actually able to create that augmented reality together, mixed up with artificial intelligence, and creating a ledger for the tourists to see the history, to see the tracking, what happens in this area, where it went, how it looked like in the past, and so many of the different things. Mm-hmm. So that immersive experience we're talking about, it's a must. It should have been, you know, implemented. Now we are implementing it, and Tourism Board, as I told you, should be really looking into implementing new augmented reality
using
experiences and using AI. There are a number of companies around the world that are providing this, and it's very affordable experience, mm-hmm. and it's not costing that much. One more thing I want to tell you about the role of technology, if you have 5 minutes for me.
Yes,
okay.
Go ahead.
I would like to tell you about the role as a marketeer. It's very important to understand that how world events are actually affecting, you know, the world, affecting the supply chain, affecting, for example, how we are being affected by new regulations. If you attended COP27 or COP28, you will find out that countries are every day are adopting new regulations in order to lessen the carbon footprint around the world. And this is affecting a lot of countries, and not only affecting, you know, we were talking about mass tourism, for example. You know, mass tourism, why countries are trying to get out of mass tourism, why they are shifting into sustainable tourism, for example, mm-hmm. It's because of this, because countries do not want to increase the effect of the green gas emission, you know, by decreasing the carbon footprint. For example, EU, European Union, issued a law called the CBAM law, which is a law that it's aimed towards decreasing the carbon footprint into the products that are being exported into the European Union. Can you imagine that? 20 countries are going to be well affected in the beginning of next year, or you know, after 1 year from now. With regards to their exports. With regards to their exports, the European Union wants to know if the carbon footprint of these products is actually higher or lower. They need to know the percentage in order to let it into the European Union. Otherwise, they're going to impose a 20 to 35% tax, which is known as the carbon tax. on these exports. Can you imagine how many countries are going to be affected by that?
Egypt is among those countries?
Actually, there are 70 billion euros that have been exported into the European Union every year. There are going to be 20 countries that are going to be affected, and Egypt is one of these countries with 8 billion euros of exports of steel, aluminum, fertilizers, and many other products that we are exporting to. So what we have is a great opportunity, and the only way is to be adaptable to the rules of the European Union. There is a technology that does this. We're using blockchain, a very big pioneering company around the world. It's called Fairfax. They created an amazing traceability technology that were able to give a full record of how the product is being made, the stages of recycling, the elements that are being used to it, and then be able to create the right documentation which is authenticated. And so this will increase their compatibility and ability to be exported more to the European Union. So many other countries are not able to do this, so we have a great opportunity to increase our export into the European Union if we adopted, especially when you're talking about technology, if we adopted the right technology in order to be fully compatible, to be fully compliant with that new rule, and we were able to double up this 8 billion euros into 16 billion euros if we are able to adopt the technology.
Great.
And get ready for that.
Yeah. We're ready. We're going to get ready soon. Well, talking about tourism in general, you've said it all. We have the beautiful beaches, the warm weather. We're selling the sun, as you said. We have also the cultural heritage. How do you see the Mediterranean and the new Alamein city?
Well, we're creating a new areas of a new product, a new travel product that has been neglected for so many years. Now we've chosen the Al Alamein city. Not only that it has the best beaches over there, not only that it comes in a very intermediate position, that it's able to receive yacht tourism, but also it's because Al Alamein is a historical city. There is a number of, it is the spot where one of the biggest battles in the World War II have taken place, the Battle of Al Alamein, which was a turning point in the World War II. So it's a city to be remembered. There is also a number of archaeological areas not far from Al Alamein. It's a great spot. North Coast is a great area. It's about time to be utilized. And this is what we're doing right now. We're utilizing a North Coast, it enjoys amazing weather during the summertime. And it's about time that we utilize this area, increase the hotel capacity, more rooms, people go there, spend more nights. We're creating a hub. If you look at the marina of Al Alamein Marina, it's actually double the size of Dubai Marina, which is world famous one, and that means by the number of building more skyscrapers there, more hotels, more activities, more clubs, and we'll have a lot of more vibrant nightlife. I think we are creating a new hub, a new Riviera for us, so that it can receive a number of tourists, especially for those Europeans who are living up in the north or the southern part or northern part of Europe. They can come down to the south of the Mediterranean where we are and enjoy
specifically during the summer months.
During the summer months,
it's a great vibrant experience over there.
A great place. It's also an amazing place for yacht tourism, luxury yachts. There are nearly 200,000 yachts around in the entire Mediterranean. 95% of them are in the southern part of the European continent, of the northern part of the Mediterranean. We need these yachts to come down to the south and find the facilities, explore these areas, get to explore, and stay here because it means more income to our local economy.
Well, as a marketeer and international marketing expert, what's your advice to those who would like to plan a visit to Egypt?
Advice is to dream and research, find the right place, enjoy it, choose well your travel partner, stay in the right hotels. They give you the best service. Try to explore as much as you can. Explore our desert. It's amazing. Explore what Egypt has to offer. Go to the Red Sea. If you don't go to the Red Sea, you haven't seen a real sea. My advice, go and see the ancient Egyptian monuments. It's about time. This is very educational. The cultural tourism in Egypt does not get the right spot. I think if you don't see this country in your lifetime, you'll never be able to see it. You have to experience this because what comes out of Egypt is very unique.
Great. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Mr. Alaa Khalifa, international tourism expert. Many thanks for your valuable insights.
It's my pleasure always. Thank you.
Our pleasure too. Dear viewers, that's all for the Daily Debate for tonight. Many thanks for watching. This is Naveen Ramzi signing off.